So tell me, woman in your life currently?
Gosh, look at her butt.
Album coming soon, perhaps? What's going on, bro? I'm desperate. You know what's going on? Still quiet. Listen. In that case, I'm gonna talk to you guys. Ladies and gents, what is up and welcome to a brand new video. Now, today it's going to be about things I knew or things I wish I knew earlier when it comes to dating, when it comes to interacting with the opposite gender, right? If you currently are experiencing a drought, if you're currently having trouble connecting genuinely with people, you want to watch this video until the very end. I'd like to encourage you to please violate that subscribe button and also violate the post notifications bell next to it to make sure you stay up to date with the content that I drop. And as per usual, no long intros, let's get to it. Might be a quite obvious one, but firstly, first impressions, pun intended, first impressions always count. You know, I've seen a lot of people, right? They tell me, or some of my peers, they tell me, oh, this date went well, and I asked them, did it really go that well? Did she make contact with you again? And he was like, nah, she's probably laying low for a while. I was like, nah, dude, no, she ghosted you. But the fact of the matter is that they did not make a good enough first impression. If you are on it, it doesn't matter if you're a man, woman, if you're going on a date with a significant other, you have to make sure that you create that kind of atmosphere, that you become unforgettable. And by the way, if you're looking for ways to become an unforgettable person, quote unquote, I have a video exactly like that linked at the top of your screens right now. So make sure you go and check that video out. But anyway, guys, make sure you make an amazing first impression. Make sure you're dressed on point. Make sure your conversation flows smoothly. I know I've been in a number of encounters where you kind of sit there, you really have nothing to talk about, and you start to realize that, okay, maybe this person is not for me, and you just respectfully say, like, okay, I'm feeling this way, you're feeling this way, let's call it a night, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But if you succeed in making that first amazing good impression, that person immediately is going to be intrigued, right? They're going to want to find out more, and that is why you should not reveal your whole life story on the first date. Please don't do that. Keep the mystery going, keep the intrigue going, because I promise you it will pay off going forward. Let's move to point number 2. Secondly, if I were to start my whole dating phase over, right, on a clean page, I would really look at who truly listens to you. Because, ladies and gents, there is a massive difference between hearing and between actually listening to someone. Did that significant other actually listen to what you said? Did that significant other, bring up the conversation at a later stage after the date? Did they bring up that particular thing that you talked about? That is a very important test that you can do. Tell them something really important on the first date and see if they come back to you on that point. See if they remember, or they were listening good enough to actually remember that certain thing at a later point.
Got him! Got him!
Perhaps when you're talking over text, or when you're talking over a second date, whatever it may be. But if that person truly, is into you and they're as attracted to you as they say they are, they'll truly give the effort to listen to what you say. And I'm not saying, listen to every single detail. Some of us, have a very short-term memory. Whatever it may be. You don't have to remember every single detail, but what you do need to remember are the key aspects. You do need to remember something like birthday dates, something like important career points, or whatever you guys share. Please make sure that you listen. Please make sure that you kind of notice if the other person is listening or not. Because if they're not listening truly to you, if they can't bring up the 1 or 2 important points at a later stage, they didn't truly listen, and that probably means 99% chance that they're not that into you. Sorry to disappoint you. So, simple things, guys, simple things. something as simple as paying attention to listens can improve your dating life and can improve your love life going forward as well. Let's move to the third and last point.
A few moments later.
Third and final thing that I wish I knew earlier about, the whole dating scene is that I wish I had, the courage to kind of pull back afterwards and see what happens. And let me explain this. So normally we're very enthusiastic after the first date. We're very enthusiastic, early on in a new relationship. Same thing. But we tend to be a little bit too enthusiastic. We tend to kind of want to smother the other person. And many people do, unfortunately, they don't like to be smothered. They like to be given space. They like to be, given time to kind of help things along on their own pace, and you need to be able to respect that. I know it is difficult because if you're truly into that person, you have to respect them enough in order to give them that space. You have to respect them enough to trust them to come back to you. And that is why I always recommend doing this. I always recommend just pulling it back. Just, pulling back on the text, pulling back on the attention just a little bit to see if that person actually, does the effort and comes back to you. Now this can backfire. You can pull back too much and then the other person may think that you're not interested, and that's why I say just pull back a little on the texting, just pull back a little on the compliments, guys. I know we love to give compliments. To many beautiful women, I know, but pull back. The moment you pull back, he or she will realize that, okay, you actually have things going on in your life. It's not only revolving around them, and they gain more respect for you. It's a weird type of reverse psychology that was tried and tested, and it turns out it does work. So make sure you implement it carefully. Let's go over those 3 things that I wish I knew and that you can start to implement. First of all, first impressions always count. Make sure that you dress to impress. Make sure that you make a decent first impression. Second of all, pay attention to who truly listens to you. Don't have to remember every detail, but the most important things, birthday dates, important events in your life, career dates, whatever it may be. Make sure they remember something of that. And thirdly, make sure that you take the time to pull back after the initial interaction to see and to test that person and see if they're really that interested in you. I hope you start implementing these things, and I truly hope these things will be of use to you as you progress in your love life, in your dating life, whatever it may be. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.